Hello, everybody. My name is Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP. And today on Partner Talks, I have a returning guest. In fact, Ben was the very first guest I ever had on Partner Talks, Ben Vollmer. Hello, Ben. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Ben Vollmer. Right now, I am the growth and product leader for RSM's Power Factory. So I've been involved with Dynamics since the beginning of time. But today I'm helping lead one of the service lines of business here at RSM.
Okay, Ben, and we met a long time ago in this great world of Dynamics. Why don't you give the audience a little bit of your, most people probably watching today are going to know Ben Vollmer, but let's tell them what was that journey like for Ben?
Actually, Rick, I think you and I have a little bit of fun talking because you came at it from the act side of life and I came at it from the gold mine side of life. And we both ended up in the same place. Started off doing CRM, it was actually 30 years ago this year, which makes me feel officially old. Been doing Dynamics CRM. We were actually the first person to install Dynamics CRM outside of Redmond. So this was, after it was first announced, I was at the announcement of it, helping the first rollout of it. Then joined Microsoft as employee number 6, supporting Dynamics. At the time it was CRM, Microsoft CRM, back in the day. And then had a bunch of different roles. People know me for right now is probably the field service line. I left Microsoft and Dynamics community, not all the way, but I left it significantly. Went to an ERP company out of Sweden called IFS, and now I'm back here doing what I know and love.
And welcome back because we need you in this channel, Ben. So you and I have a lot of events coming up, and I think that's why we wanted to chat today, because we have the first one we'll talk about is DynamicsCon Live, because I know we're both going to be there, but for different reasons. I'm going to be there doing a session and doing a partner marketing day event, but you've been involved with an organization called TechFluent, and I think that's what we wanted to talk about today. Tell us about TechFluent and what's going on with DynamicsCon Live and TechFluent.
Well, if you think about this for a second, Rick, I mean, you talk to a lot of partners, I talk to a lot of partners. Every partner we talk to goes, we don't have enough people to grow our business. We don't have enough skilled people to grow our business. And I've been doing Dynamics for over 20 years now. And I can tell you, I've heard that for all 20 years I've been doing it, which is kind of a little bit sad, but it is what it is. What I'm actually really proud of is TechFluent was founded really on the idea of helping provide technical and professional skilling to underserved communities and getting them involved in the technology and the Microsoft bizzapps channel, which is a huge thing. And so I'm going to go out to Denver, really to help launch the first gala, the first fundraising event we have for TechFluent, which is about getting folks out there to see what we're doing and help raise some funds to really for a worthy cause.
So Ben, let's talk a little bit about TechFluent. I know you're involved as a board member, but let's talk about how the organization was founded and where it is today.
So Liz McLennan came up to us and said, hey, we want to do something cool in the US. We want to help serve some underserved communities. And it really came down to, where do we have skills gaps? And how do we help both? And we actually came at it from 2 different angles. I looked at it from the perspective of, I grew up in a very rural area with a very low income, actually not too far south of you, Rick. Mm-hmm. And you look at the inner city, we have a lot of the same problems there. We have a very low income, very low chance of success. And so what we looked at both and we said, how do we help launch something? So Liz put together a really killer team of trainers, of mentors, of board members from across the industry.
All volunteers.
All volunteers. No, nobody here is paid to get this launched and up and running. Last year we had a 60% placement rate, which means that 60% of students we went through our sessions, got placed, and that's huge. Actually, what's really cool is that I've been at RSM now for 2 weeks. Starts week 2.1 for me. One of our TechFluent graduates reached out to me, who's actually here at RSM, and said, here's what it did and here's what I've learned. And it was a really cool thing to see somebody actually go from being a student to actually getting a job in industry through TechFluent.
And we've seen that time and time again, because both of us have been heavily involved in community work around Dynamics for over 10 years. And we would see that people walk into a community meeting and say, I'm really new. I got this job working with Dynamics CRM or Business
Yep.
Central at the time, Navision. And I joined this user group because I want to learn more. Spin that around a few years later, they're leading the classes, right? They're doing instruction, they're bringing in new members. So I know that this world we live in of business applications, it's all you can eat. You can get in here and you can make a career of it, and you can do very, very well, just because of the amount of work and the amount of opportunity around this. So I think what Liz founded and what you and your board are supporting, is very real for somebody who wants to take the time and put the effort in. They can get in this business.
Exactly. But what I think TechFluence actually taking it one step further, Rick, than I would have even thought about taking it. Just, when you think about it, they get 3 months of training. Okay, you know what? You got to have 3 months of training. But it turns out a lot of our students don't even have laptops. Something you and I take for granted, a laptop, they don't have. They may not have keyboards and mice. They may not have monitors even to use. So it all of a sudden, like for me, it kind of opened up a little bit of my eyes a little bit and said, something I take for granted, a laptop sitting here, but they don't have that. But there's also then the career coaching and the mentorship. I'm just saying, just like you and I met, we became good friends. We still talk, we still text. There's other people in our lives, you know them too, that we still talk and text to all the time, that they may work for other companies, that we all kind of hang out together. And so we create a cohort. And so by creating those cohorts, it allows for a social structure that makes these students much more successful.
Absolutely. And, and I think it's up to effort, right? If you got a knack for being able to do this and you're willing to put the effort in, you can break into this business and do very well. And we've seen that time and time again. So let's talk a little bit. You're having a fundraiser on the Tuesday night at DynamicsCon Live.
Yep. We're having a fundraiser at the Microsoft office. It's on Tuesday night from 7 to 10. We're going to have we hope to have over 200 guests. So there's a URL. You're going to see in a minute here. Go buy tickets, come hang out. But it's going to be everything from food, drinks, entertainment. And of course, the idea here is it's create connections and fellowship and let you see firsthand what some of these TechFluent students and graduates have done in this ecosystem.
And, I'm going to push this out on PartnerTalks and then to the community members I know around Denver, because even if you're not going to DynamicsCon Live, you can absolutely come to this fundraiser. And I think it's going to be an excellent event.
It will be. And I think I've been doing Dynamics for a long time, as you have, and I can't remember doing a fundraiser like this or seeing a fundraiser like this at a conference. So I'm actually kind of excited, because this to me is something I haven't seen before in this industry. And it should be fun. I mean, the whole idea is to have a little bit of fun, make sure we all come together to support underserved communities.
So Ben, this is going to be a busy few weeks because we're leaving DynamicsCon Live and we're heading to Europe. There's 2 shows over there, Dynamics Minds. We talked a little bit about, but the one that we both attended before that I think is one of the best events in this ecosystem is the Resco.next event. So talk a little bit about what's going on in Vienna.
I have a fondness for Resco Next. I think the whole team at Resco puts on a phenomenal event. Vienna is a beautiful city. Perfect time of year to go there, spring. So I can't wait to go to Vienna and really see what Resco is doing and innovating around mobility, around productivity. What I like most is they don't just bring in people from Resco. They bring in their partners. They bring in the Microsoft partners. They bring in MVPs. It's really, truly a community event sponsored by a company. And it makes it a lot of fun to go to. And it's one of my favorite shows to go to of all time, minus getting stuck in an elevator a few years ago. But other than that, I love that show.
So, it's for advanced mobility and dynamics. They originally did a lot of work on the field service application for Microsoft. And now they have a whole mobility suite for Power Apps and Dynamics. So I'll put the URLs for resco.next in the show notes, but also keep in mind if you're a partner, we're doing a pre-partner day. What's nice about going to Vienna, you land at the airport and it's kind of in between Bratislava, Slovakia, where Resco Next head office is, and then we've got Vienna where the conference is. So the day before the conference, we're meeting all the partners at the Resco World headquarters, having a day of, partner education, and then we're taking a boat cruise down the Danube to the conference. So I'm looking forward to it.
Bratislava is an amazing city. I love going there. The Resco offices are gorgeous. They are brand new. It's a beautiful office to go to. Bratislava is a fun city to explore. I really love it. And I think that partner pre-day is going to be a lot of fun. And I look forward to see all the partners there.
Hey, Ben, thank you. And thank you again for the work you're doing with TechFluent. And we'll see you in Denver.
Awesome. Thanks, Rick.
Bye for now.